Factsverse presents Celebrities who will surprise you with their secret talents. Number 1. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. He was one of the greatest entertainers of his time, and even in death he still is considered one of the greatest. Michael could sing, he could dance, he was a true entertainer. Each of these talents is obvious because we could see this when he performed. What you might not know is that he was an extremely talented artist as well. Through his art, he was able to let people see how he felt on the inside. Some of his drawings are absolutely amazing. If he wasn't such a talented singer and dancer, he may have had a great career as an artist. Number 2. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is one of the funniest men alive. He's played a father, a substitute for God, even the Grinch. He's also an amazing artist. He can do more than just draw well. He's able to take his feelings and turn them into drawings. Recently, he's been making his feelings toward many of the more prominent political figures known through his drawings. Each time he creates a new piece, they get a lot of publicity, too. Our current President of the United States, Donald Trump, and much of the White House staff may not be huge fans of his works, but he has received rave reviews of his work from art critics and the public. Carrey believes that if you're going to work in Washington, D.C., you need to be thick-skinned. If the White House staff can't handle a simple painting with their likeness, they're in the wrong business. Number 3. Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson is obviously known for his music and also for the dark look and strange behavior that he has. What you might not know is that he's also a very talented artist. Most of his work is as dark as he is, too, but it doesn't make him any less talented. He has a website called Marilyn Manson Images, and he displays his work on the site, and he also sells it. If you're able to afford his work, it's a pretty good investment. Number 4. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is famous for playing some very outrageous characters, from a pirate to a character in Alice in Wonderland. He's also an amazing artist. The portraits that he draws not only look like his subject, they also give you a window into the subject's souls. This is something that even the most accomplished artists can't do. There's a YouTube channel dedicated to his work, and he also held a public art show at Hourglass Brewing. He is a true talent. Number 5. Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins is a great actor, and he's also an excellent artist. His abstract paintings are full of color, and they pique the curiosity of his fans. Hopkins is also a very talented classical music composer. Man, talk about being multi-talented! Number 6. Ronnie Wood. Ronnie Wood is known for many things. He is an English rock musician, a songwriter, he plays many different instruments, and he's also a famous radio personality. What you might not know is that he's also quite an accomplished artist. He's best known for his portraits of celebrities. His paintings are so spot-on that his subjects practically come to life on the canvas. Number 7. Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett is an amazing and award-winning musician. What many people don't know is that he can paint some amazing landscapes. His use of color brings his paintings to life. They're often sold at auction for thousands of dollars. Number 8. Bob Dylan. Most people say that Bob Dylan creates art through his music. His lyrics are amazing. He is a musical genius. He also can create art on the canvas. The artwork that Dylan has created is amazing. He has the unique talent of telling a story through his art as well as his music. Number 9. Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan is a serious actor. He played James Bond, one of the greatest action heroes of all time. When he's not working in front of the camera, he's painting. His artwork is amazing and quite unique. Who knew that 007 was such a great painter? Many artists are considered serious and sensitive, and these are two qualities that describe Pierce Brosnan. Number 10. David Bowie. David Bowie was one of the greatest musicians of his time. Sadly, he passed away from liver cancer in January of 2016. When he did, he left behind a legacy of more than just his music. He was an amazing artist as well, and his abstract paintings are one of the greatest gifts that he's left behind. Number 11. Paul Simon. Paul Simon is half of the musical group Simon & Garfunkel, as well as being an incredibly successful solo act. While he is an amazing musician, he is also a great artist. Some of his work has sold for thousands at auction, and it's not just because he's a famous musician. He is really talented and creative. Number 12. Lucy Liu. Lucy Liu has proven she can take on just about any role and kill it. She's also an amazing artist. Her black and white collection has received rave reviews. Her work with color has also proven to be popular. Number 13. Prince Charles. Prince Charles was born into royalty. He spent his whole life being groomed to take over the throne. After his marriage to Princess Diana fell apart, he was one of the most widely seen people in the tabloids. He was also born with a gift for art. He paints mostly landscapes, and they are breathtaking. If he didn't have such an important job with the royal family, he could easily have made a living as an artist. Number 14. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is one of the most famous celebrities who will surprise you with their secret talents. It's widely known that Marilyn Monroe was a woman of many talents. She was an amazing actress, model, and singer. It's also rumored that she got President John F. Kennedy to fall in love with her. Well, that alone would be a huge feat. She was also one of the most beautiful women of her time, in all time, in fact. In her free time, she dabbled in art, and she's created some gorgeous pieces. Her work is considered simple but extraordinary. Number 15. James Franco. James Franco is a great actor, and he's known for being a bit strange, too. He's also a pretty accomplished artist, and his work tends to be just as strange as he is. He's used his own body as a canvas from time to time, and his Fat Stallion piece has left many critics in the art world scratching their heads. Number 16. Frank Sinatra. Old Blue Eyes was one of the greatest singers ever. He was also quite the accomplished artist. He loved painting in his free time, and his work is amazing. Number 17. George W. Bush. Since his presidential duties ended, George W. found a love of art. He's an amazing artist, and it shows in all of his work. Who knew that a former president of the United States could be so talented with something other than politics? Number 18. Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler is a rock and roll legend. He's also a great artist. Some of his work has been sold at auction, and other pieces have been donated to charity. When he's not rocking out, he enjoys painting. Number 19. Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney was part of one of the greatest music groups of all time. Well, after the Beatles broke up, he still had a successful solo career. When he isn't making music, he spends his time painting. His work is very creative and unique. He's a very talented artist. Number 20. Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin was an amazing child actor. When he got older, he decided to focus more on his music, but he's also an accomplished artist, and his work is incredible. Number 21. Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone is best known for playing Rocky and Rambo. What you might not know is that this rough-and-tough guy is also an accomplished artist. His use of color is quite amazing. He is incredibly creative. Number 22. Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley is the frontman of the group KISS. When he's not touring the world with his rock group, he spends a lot of time painting, and I'm not talking about his face. He's quite the amazing artist, and his work is incredible. His reproductions of famous pieces of work are unique and full of color. One of his most famous pieces is his adaptation of the Statue of Liberty. He's a really talented guy. Number 23. John Lennon. John Lennon is a musical icon. Before his tragic death, he liked to draw. His artwork may not be as colorful or as dramatic as some of the other celebrities on our list, but his work still has earned millions. Most of his art is just doodles on a piece of paper. Many art critics believe that his work has brought in so much money due to his celebrity. If he wasn't famous, his work would probably be mocked and laughed at. Number 24. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash led a crazy life. As successful as he was over the years, He experienced just as much tragedy in his life. As a child, he watched his brother die following a logging accident, and his father never forgave him for not being there. When he became famous, he started doing drugs. He spent most of his life fighting his addiction. Things turned around when he finally married June Carter, the true love of his life. He was also an amazing artist. His art and his use of color shows how truly talented he was. Subscribe for more.